What's up, guys? It's YoungCabbage here. Hopefully you've had an amazing week so far, and today I'm pretty excited for this episode. We've got some fun topics to discuss, but without further ado, let's jump right into the PokeMMO Podcast. Now, a quick reminder, if you want to see the catch events, you can just scrub to the end of the video for those, as well as the forum post and video of the week. Those will be all towards the end of the video, just so that way we can jump right into the action. Mainly what I wanted to chat about today is just the fact that we were able to get our own Twitch category for PokeMMO. It's honestly super cool. I've been pretty excited about it, and it seems like the community's been pretty enthusiastic. As a matter of fact, if I look right now, we've got how many people? We've got at least like what, 15 to 20 people streaming live right now just on a Monday morning. It makes me super happy to see PokeMMO on Twitch rather than just the normal, Pokemon 3D or whatever it is. But that is a huge announcement and something that I thought was super cool, so I just wanted to kind of chat about it a bit further. I do have a video on it. It's a little bit more in depth in case you're interested in checking that out on my channel. But the next topic I wanted to cover today is actually going to be the recommendation to make your own shiny lists or shiny showcases. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because throughout my time playing PokeMMO, I have discovered so many amazing shiny Pokemon that I honestly wish I knew about before I even started hunting other ones. There are so many good Pokemon and so many unique color combinations that deserve more attention, and so I think by sitting down and creating your own tier list, or creating your own, want list, or even your shiny showcase and sharing it on the PokeMMO forums for people to see, it creates one, a sense of community, and two, a awesome list that you can use to break down what Pokemon you want to hunt, in what order, and that way, in case, you're maybe like, let's say you're doing a single encounter for the Johto legendaries or something, and you want to take a break from that, you can say, oh, cool, I know I want to go for Lickitung, I'm going to go fly to, I think it's Mahogany Town in Johto, and go do a Lickitung Horde. Creating these lists creates a really clear goal in your mind. And I know that I've expressed this a lot, but with PokeMMO, that's super important. If you aren't logging on with more or less like a purpose, then you are going to get burnt out of the game. And I know this because it's happened to me twice. So this was obviously before this year, before I got super into it. And again, the big thing that changed was just setting those personal goals. I would actually love to see your shiny showcases and or tier lists as well. So feel free to send those to me on Discord or send them to the email that's in the description below on all of these videos. And I will go ahead and check them out and give you a little 1 through 10 rating on what I think. Now, I will be leaving 2 links in the description below alongside the other normal links. The first is going to be to a tier list system for all the shiny Pokemon you can catch in PokeMMO. But feel free to check that one out as you go through and make your own tier list, as I would love to see what you guys come up with. And then as far as the forum post for your shiny showcase, there are a lot of great examples. I will list mine in the description below. That way you guys can go check it out and you can use it as a rough draft or whatever you want to do. But again, link me those. I would love to check them out. Moving on, I just wanted to chat about a really interesting topic that kind of piqued my interest the past few days that I chatted about. And that's actually going to be the implementation of even more roaming legendaries. Now, first of all, I think that for Sinnoh, we're pretty sure that it's going to be the Lake Trio, being Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. What makes me think that is because they were roaming legendaries back in Generation 4, like those normal games. So I would not be shocked if that's what they ended up implementing. And for the Unova or Generation 5, I think that they're going to add Thundurus, Tornadus, and Landorus. However, Landorus has some disgusting PvP capabilities, so I wouldn't be shocked if they ended up not adding Landorus or removing him from PvP entirely, just so that way you can use him for PvE. All of those Pokemon would provide super cool benefits for raids, as well as different things like farming or EXP, training, stuff like that. However, the question that I had was actually going to be with Hoenn. Now, I was thinking at first it would be super easy for them to just implement the Regis, and I think that would be a really cool idea because I love the Regi Pokemon. They're actually my favorite legendary trio. However, I actually think it would be a really cool idea if they released the Regis with some kind of event like they did Articuno, or they had some kind of dungeon mechanic or some kind of raid boss system where you ended up catching the Regi Pokemon. as I think that would be a really cool way for them to implement them. Plus, there's so much lore and different things behind the Regis and the cool Regi caves that are scattered around the Hoenn region, to where, at least in my opinion, it would almost feel like they're doing a disservice to the Regi trio by just releasing them into the wild. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if we don't get the Regi trio, who are we going to add? And in my opinion, I think it would be really cool to see Latios and Latios. It does throw a bit of a wrench into the 3 legendary Pokemon that alternate every single month. However, they could just throw in a different Pokemon like Deoxys or something. I don't think that's going to happen. But if they were to do the 2 roamers, which are Latios and Latios, they could do something cool where, maybe it's 2 months on, 1 month off, 2 months on, 1 month off, or they just, alternate between Latios, Latios, stuff like that. I think it would be super cool, and at least in my opinion, it would make more sense that those are the Pokemon like roaming around the area. But I'm really curious as to like what you guys think on this. This is something that I've given a lot of thought to, just because I think that the roaming legendaries are such a cool mechanic in PokeMMO. But regardless of whatever they decide to do, I'm super excited. I've been super happy with the past updates, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. And that just about covers everything that I wanted to go over. But now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and look at the catch events for the week as well as the featured media. This week we're actually getting, I believe it's 5 different catch events, which is super cool. In the past, normally it's been like 3 from my understanding. So it's been kind of cool that this week is pretty stacked. And there are some great prizes. One in particular I'm super excited about. But up first, it's going to be Cute World Champion. This is going to take place on Tuesday on the 21st of May. It's held by Player Nerks, and it is going to be at 17 UTC. The reward for this one is going to be a gift Shiny Pachirisu with your choice of nature, 2 moves, and 3 selectable IVs, as well as 1000 RP. On Wednesday, the 22nd of May, we get Darkness is Approaching, held by Drool, and this is going to take place at 11 p.m. UTC. Where the first place prize is going to be a gift Absol with your choice of nature, 4 moves, and 6 selectable IVs, as well as 1000 RP. After this is the one that I am the most excited about, and it's actually going to be on Friday, the 24th of May, and it's called Excuse Me, I Cannot Use Master Balls Here. It's a little scary, but it is held by Enzo. This is going to take place at 15 UTC, where the shiny prize is a shiny Exeggcute with your choice of nature, 2 moves, and 3 selectable IVs, as well as 1000 RP. Shiny Exeggcute is an amazing sprite and Pokemon, and all I have to say is if you don't believe me, go on the GTL and look at the back sprite for Exeggcute and tell me it is not just perfect. This is a Pokemon that I really, really want, so I'm excited to participate in this event for the chance to get one. After that, we have Blind as a Zubat, which is on Saturday, the 25th of May, and it's going to be held by Elizin. Again, I apologize if I butcher any of these names. It's going to be held at 17 UTC, and the first place prize is a gift Deino, your choice of nature, 4 moves, and 6 selectable IVs, as well as 1000 reward points as well. And the last event of the week is going to be the Slow, Quick Thinking Friend on Sunday, the 26th of May. It's going to be held by V Lucho, and it's going to start at 15 UTC, where the first place prize is a gift Slowpoke with your choice of nature, 4 moves, and 6 selectable IVs, as well as 1000 RP. That was very wordy, there were a ton of them. However, one question that I got last week is how do we know when UTC is? And if you go to any of these catch events that I have linked in the description and scroll down to where it says time, you can actually go and click where it says time zone converter, and then just type in, your state, your city, whatever it is, and it will pull up your time zone compared to UTC, so that way you can see what time these events will start. I'm really looking forward again to the Exeggcute event. I might join a few of the others. However, if I win a catch event, I really want it to be a shiny prize. But if you're a PvP player or if you're just looking to get a really cool Pokemon, any of these other events are going to be great, especially like the Absol one or even the Slowpoke one, because you can evolve it into a Slowking or a Slowbro and have a very powerful Pokemon. Now let's move on to the media portion of the week, and I have a super funny one that I found for the forum post of the week. It is by the King of Glory. This was posted in 2022, so this was a while ago, but I thought it was really interesting. It says, OMG Shiny Pokemon in Battle Tower, and I have to kill it. So, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently in the Battle Tower in PokeMMO, there are certain Pokemon that are sent out shiny. Now, I don't know if they have the particle effect. It would be pretty brutal if they were. However, I think it's a super funny mechanic that you end up having to kill these shiny Pokemon in the battle tower. And if you look and scroll down, a bunch of people are pretty upset, saying, F in the chat, sorry for your loss. However, we do get some insight from Rach here that I think is super important. And Rach says, there are multiple guaranteed shinies there. The same ones exist in the original games too. Now, this is super cool, and like I said, I learned this for the first time through reading this, that there are actually guaranteed shiny Pokemon on certain teams that you're not able to catch, but just certain trainers in the battle tower will have a shiny Pokemon. I think it's kind of cool because, one, you get to just, battling a shiny Pokemon is not an everyday experience, and two, it almost adds, depth to the character, that they went out of their way to, egg hunt this Pokemon, or horde hunt this Pokemon, or maybe they just encountered it in the wild. But I just think it's a super funny idea that they have these shinies in the battle tower. But yes, rest in peace to the King of Glory. I'm very sorry for your loss that you were not able to capture that shiny Pikachu. If you scroll down a bit further, we do have some more screenshots. I think the confirmed ones are Pikachu, Mr. Mime, Meowth, and a Farfetch'd. And actually, I correct myself. It does look like they have the shiny particle whenever they're sent out. So if you see those, I'm sorry for the jump scare, but you're probably going to have one. With that out of the way, let's move over to the video of the week on YouTube, and it's actually going to be by AFC ADINHO, which is, the video is called ADINHO versus OLT, Rank 6, Can Chandelure Sweep, facing the Moltres Dugtrio Stalkor. I thought this was a super fun video. I'm a huge fan of AFC's videos, just because he does such a good job explaining the information simply, and my little dumb brain, which is terrible at PvP, can actually follow along and understand his thought process, as well as it almost creates a super cool guide for people who are new to PvP or aren't very good at it like myself, to just kind of comb through and enjoy PvP content without having to play it yourself. I think if anybody listening wants to get into the PvP scene, please check out AFC ADINHO on YouTube. I will link his social medias in the description below, as well as the link to the video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the PokeMMO Podcast. I do have more guests planned in the future, but I thought it would be interesting to try this week as a solo host, just to see if you guys still enjoy it whenever I'm the only one, yapping over here, for lack of a better term. But I have a lot of fun doing these. Again, let me know through the email in the description, or through comments, or through Discord, if you have any constructive criticisms, as I take them all very seriously, and I'm constantly looking to improve. Because like I said, I want this to be an invaluable resource for any PokeMMO player, whether they're noobs or whether they are veterans. I want this to be something fun to listen to. So if you guys are enjoying, let me know. Otherwise, again, feel free to send different clips to the email so that way I can throw them on this cool artwork here on YouTube. I'll try to update this as much as I can with different fun clips and, make the videos a bit longer, but I would love to see some of the community videos as well posted here. And let me know if there's any guests or you would like to see on the podcast, or if there are any topics that you want to see covered, because I'm always happy to do that. So thanks again for listening to the PokeMMO Podcast. I'm super stoked that this is week 3, and look forward to week 4, because I already have an amazing guest planned that I think you guys will all love. All that being said, I'll catch you guys next week.